Christopher Hathaway was born in 1842. He is Gertrude and Charles Hathaway's third child. Christopher always knew how to light up the room. He loved to goof around and have fun. There was never a dull moment in the house. But after his brother's death, it was hard to lighten the mood, especially since he was next to be drafted. When it was time for him to leave, he said his goodbyes. Christopher was scared to be there at first. He feared he would suffer the same fate as his brother or father. Once training began, it became all about survival. Christopher felt if he was stronger, he would live. He trained day and night to prepare himself. His colleagues were impressed. He made friends with some of them. There was one individual that was more than a friend. His name was Tucker Hart. They were each other's escape. They kept their love a secret in fear of repercussion. Christopher had no problem killing on the battlefield. It was him or them. Without meaning to, he started to like it. It was going well until he found out Tucker didn't make it. Something changed in Christopher. He was tired of losing everyone he loved to the enemy. He wanted justice. So he sought it. But in the process, he lost himself. Without Tucker, the base was lonely. Christopher didn't talk to anyone anymore, because it seemed like all their fates were the same. In 1864, Christopher's little brother John was drafted. Christopher was relieved to see a familiar face, but he was worried for him. John was petrified himself. He wasn't a fighter. He would break down during their training. Christopher knew if his brother didn't improve, he would die on the field. He tried to toughen him up. He showed him how to defend himself, but he still wasn't trying hard enough. Christopher told John that he was a coward and he was going to die. When it was time for the final battle, Christopher did what good soldiers do. In doing so, he lost his sanity. He wasn't surprised to find his brother severely wounded, but he managed to get him help. In 1865, the war had ended and Christopher had finally come home. His mother was happy to see him safe, but she noticed he was different. It was hard for him to live normally after all he had done. He didn't even want to be around his family, despite all the time he spent away from them. He moved out that year to a small place off-grid. There he would hunt to satisfy his urge to kill. That was how he lived until his death in 1896.